Okay, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself and say a little bit about what you do.
Hi, I'm Clive Hutchinson. I run a company called Cougar Automation, and we sort of do software engineering for industry, for manufacturers.
Okay, what part of the country are you based in?
Based in Hampshire, but we've got offices all around the country.
Okay, and you're here at Google today at a conference for happy workplaces. So why are you here?
The conference is run by Happy, and they're a company that have taught us an awful lot. We've probably been working with them for 7 or 8 years now. We use them for training in emotional intelligence with engineers, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure whether we're very emotionally intelligent, but what we've learned is that happy workplaces make an absolute difference to the performance of the business. So it's something that we really want to do more of.
Okay, and can you give us a sort of a sense of what improved performance looks like?
Improved performance, I mean, when you're in the business, anyone who comes in for the first time from the outside, they say things that we take for granted now. They say, it just feels like there's a relaxed atmosphere, there's a kind of a purposeful buzz going on. We don't notice that, and we just think, well, that's just normal, isn't it? But I think other workplaces, it feels a lot more kind of staid, and everyone knows their place.
Okay, and how did you introduce this kind of happy element into your workforce?
Well, the happy bit kind of came along by accident, really. We were looking to deliver great customer service, and along the way, we're not very bright as engineers. Along the way, we eventually realised that it was something to do with our people. If we got it right for our people, they could deliver great service. So we sort of started to learn some of this through other service organisations that were delivering great service that we came across. And then through Happy, what we learnt about was getting people to do the things they love doing at work, and that automatically starts to make people happy and gives very good results at the same time.
Okay, can you give some examples of where that's happened?
Well, I mean, a really good example was early on when we started doing this. There was a guy who was a project manager, and to be honest, he struggled and he cost us a lot of money doing it. And once we started to learn about the strength stuff, and we shared that with everyone, we basically just told everyone about it by giving out some free books about strengths. And he came to me one day and said, you know what, I don't really want to be a project manager, I've been in the wrong career. And so we allowed him to switch on the same pay to becoming an engineer, which is what he used to be, and he said he loved doing. And he's far more productive for us now as a really great engineer than he was as a poor project manager that was costing us a boatload of money before.
Okay, and have your customers noticed these changes that have gone on?
Yeah, I mean, the customers have noticed massive differences. One of the things we did when we started trying to deliver great service was we started surveying our customers. We do projects. So at the end of every project, we ask customers to rate us on a score out of 10. How did we do? And if you looked at customers that gave us 7 or more out of 10, when we started this 10 years ago, about 40% of customers, or 40% of projects, customers would give us a 7 or more out of 10, so less than half. Now that's 90 to 95% consistently year after year. Okay,
and you've mentioned in there that you're a Hampshire-based organisation, but
yes.
Is this relevant at sort of multiple sites? Are you able to run it across the whole of your organisation?
Sure, I mean, the business itself started in Hampshire, and we started expanding into other locations while we were on this journey of how to do this. And it was a question we often asked ourselves, how are we going to replicate this in other places? We've actually found it is easier to do in other locations than it was in the original one. Because where we started, we basically have to bring people along with this is where we're going and this is how it's going to be. In the new locations, we simply told people who wanted to come and join us, this is what we stand for. And the last thing we used to do at the end of the recruitment process, we would say, why do you want to join Cougar Automation? And people would either say, oh, I think it'll be good for my career, it'll be the next step, I'll get some technical challenges. They never got the job. Or other people just bounced up and down in their chairs and said things like, well, everything you stand for, the way you're doing things, I really want to be part of that. And so because we recruited on that basis, the other officers, we've got 4 other officers now, it just took care of itself that we got the right way of doing it there.
Okay, and what are you personally looking to get out of today?
Well, we had a bit of a discussion about this earlier, actually, and the conclusion I came to is I kind of think there's often we can't see ways forwards on matters, so we treat it as a trade-off. We say, I can have more of this or more of that. But what I've found, to my surprise, I think, over the last 10 years, with what I've learned from other organisations and great people, is actually you get new insights which actually take away that trade-off, and you go, actually I can have both of those things, and it's because I now know something I didn't know before that allows me to do that. So that's what I'm looking for today, is I'm looking for those little insights that I haven't seen yet, some other person's perspective on it, and make go, oh, I used to trade these two things off. I can have both of those at the same time, because I believe that's always possible. It's just finding the way to do it.
Okay, and at your end of your short presentation,
Yes.
You put up a slide that we weren't really able to do justice to,
Yes.
and I know we're not displaying it now. It's a model, but
Yes.
could you give us a sense of how that works so that we can revisit the model and get a better understanding?
Sure, okay. I mean, it looks a bit like a Greek temple, and it kind of evolved gradually over the years. So at the centre of it is asking people to play to their strengths. So it's play to our strengths is in the middle, the central block. We have at the top of that what we call our vision, which is we want our customers to rate us 10 out of 10. We want everyone in the business to be happy and fulfilled, and we want to eliminate all waste, so we're really, really efficient. And the roof of the temple is an arrow pointing to that. So we don't want people to play to our strengths. We don't want to play to our strengths in the business just for the hell of it, just for fun. We want to do it to deliver the vision, so in that direction. And then it's got underpinnings under that, pillars. Probably the most important one is freedom and trust. And basically we've tried to take away all of the obstacles, all of things like approvals, and you can only do things if you're in certain roles. So basically we trust people now, if they're playing to their strengths, they're very clear about what the vision is, to actually get on with it themselves. And then we have a kind of a bedrock underneath that of our values that are really important, that we build all of this on. And then the most recent addition, because this has evolved and we've gradually built this picture up, the most recent addition is we've got a kind of a circle around the outside, which basically says that we want to create a workplace where we can all profitably do the things that we most want to do in life. And that's the purpose of Cougar Automation. We're not really an engineering company. We're really somewhere where people can come together and try and do the things that they really want to do in a profitable way, because a profitable way means that we're serving society and we can pay our way in life.
Is there a particular kind of project or something that I could understand that Cougar have actually done altogether?
Okay, yeah, we have a joke in the company that it's impossible to explain to anyone what we do, but we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that makes everyday life happen. So probably one of the easiest examples might be, for instance, if you go to Heathrow Airport and you get in an aeroplane, there's fuel in the aeroplane. That fuel comes into the airport from various different companies, your Essos and BPs and Total and people like that, in pipelines, by trains. There are various methods. It all has to be dealt with, put in tanks, distributed, sent out to the aeroplanes, and behind that is a computer system. Like everything nowadays, there are computers behind it. We provided that computer system is completely bespoke to what they need there, and we maintain it for them and do all the additions as airports are constantly changing. So we do that kind of industrial IT in the background, IT that makes real things move in the background, so we get the things we want out of life.
Okay, so if there's no fuel in my airplane when I want to fly somewhere, then...
Absolutely, absolutely. It's probably our highest profile customer. If I wake up in the morning and the radio says Heathrow Airport is at a standstill, I'll be going, oh, I'm going to pull the covers back over my head again.
All right, brilliant. Okay, thanks very much. Thanks
Great.
for your time.
Thanks a lot.